Hello, online crew. Helen Martin here. So, have you ever wondered how do you bring up your company and how do you talk about your business without mentioning the company name? So that's what we're here to talk about today. And I want to give you some examples. I want to give you some tips to help you with this, because this can really position you or destroy you correctly or wrongly in relation to how you sort of bring up your business with people. So it's really quite important to just be a little bit cluey as to how to bring your business up with people without mentioning the company name. So if you are here with me live, please say hello, tell me where you're coming in from, drop the palm tree emoji below. That's the mascot for our page here. We got palm trees going everywhere. Hey Tara, how are you? Lovely to see you on live. So if you've not been live with me before, we are a community here of, hello Heather, lovely to see you. Hey Tara, community of home-based business owners leveraging social media to build our business in the modern way. No more spam. We don't want to chase anybody about our business, bring them in kicking and screaming. We want to attract people to us. We want to learn how to leverage social media using modern strategies to build our business. And when our business is rocking, we are on this little cruise ship down here. Can you see it? It's a little bit low here. We are on this cruise ship with Henry. Say hello to Henry. This is Henry here. And we all are sipping cocktails and margaritas, having a hoot of a time, because we can run our business from anywhere when we learn to leverage it through modern social media strategies online. Does that sound good to you? I'm all in for that. My poison of choice, you may know this if you've listened to me before, is a margarita. Let me know what your poison of choice is so I can have it ready for you at the bar, okay? So if you are catching the replay, just put the word replay down below as well so I can say hello to you afterwards as well. And yeah, drop those palm trees down below. That's just our little, mascot here for our page. So how do we bring up our business without mentioning the company name? Now, firstly, you're having a mango daiquiri. Very elaborate, Tara. All right, we'll have that ready for you at the bar. So you might be asking, why don't I want to mention the company name? Now, hopefully a lot of you are sort of cluey to why you don't want to, but if you're not aware, let me explain that to you, okay? Now, just before I get into that, please join me in 30 minutes time in my private Facebook group, where I'm going to be talking about all things attraction marketing. So sort of what is attraction marketing, how leaders are using attraction marketing in the industry, and how you can start to learn a little bit more about it. So it's not here on this page, it's only in my private Facebook group. If you're not in there yet, I've put a link up above, so just request to join access, and then you'll get access to that training. Even if you can't join me live in 30 minutes time or just under, then at least you can catch the replay. Or if you're already watching the replay of this, the training might have already passed, but if you get yourself into the group, at least you'll be able to watch that replay. Hello, Tina. Lovely to see you on live. Thank you for saying hello to Henry. I was looking for you. Where were you looking for me, Tina? Maybe you were looking for me online to sort of pop up. So the reason behind not mentioning the company name is to create that intrigue and curiosity, because what people will do, well, there's two main things with mentioning your company name. The first thing is a lot of companies' names don't have any meaning. So unless you're Nike or Adidas or, really well-known brand names, often a name of a home-based business and network marketing company name doesn't actually have a lot of meaning behind it. It sometimes can be, a very short name of a company, but you can't tell what the company does by the name. So you know what it is, you're well aware of it, you're in the business, but majority of people won't know what that means. So you don't want to use the name for the reason that people are going to go straight to Google to find out what it is. They don't use their initiative to come and ask you. They go straight to Google and Google it to find out what it is. And Google is not your best friend in this industry. Do you agree? If you agree, put the word agree down below. Because Google thrives on negative articles, negative, feedback on companies. So, if you sort of Google it, then, find out what it is. It's got plastered network marketing company or something like that at the top, direct sales, MLM, whatever it is. And then somewhere around that, near that, is the words, pyramid scheme. And then everybody goes running 100 miles an hour. So that's one reason why you don't want to use the company name. Exactly the same. Yesterday I did a training, if you missed it, on how you mention your products on social media, appropriately. And then it was a whole sort of discussion about how not mentioning the product name. If you missed that, go back just down the feed or on my website, helenmartinonline.com, and watch that, because these two are going hand in hand. Yesterday was about product, today is about business. So watch both so you know how to approach your, business appropriately. So Heather, you agree? That's cool. Sorry, I've just got an alert there I need to get rid of. So that's the first reason we don't want to mention the company name, because people are going Googling and it doesn't do you any favors, because everybody thinks they already know everything about your business when they don't. And you've lost the opportunity to tell people what you want them to hear, rather than reading all this information and bad reviews and all the rest of it. So, that's one side of it. The other side of it is that I've completely forgotten what my train of thought was. What was the two things? I get distracted like that. I look at comments and then I lose my train of thought, but it always comes back to me. Somebody read my mind. Let me know what you think the other thing is. So one is the company name. What's the other thing? I've gone completely blank, guys. It'll come to me. Bear with me. Who has moments like this? Like, do you have moments like this where you're trying to think of somebody's name, or you're trying to think of something and you just can't think of it, at the time? So not mentioning the name. And then the other thing is, guys, I've had 2 hours sleep. I was delivering a training at 2:30 this morning to a group of entrepreneurs. There's a community of over 7,000 people in there. I was going to go to bed before I did the training, and I didn't because I got stuck on. It's telling me I've got a bad connection. Am I still here, guys? Can someone just put the word yes down below if I'm still here? I just got an alert up that I had a bad connection. So just let me know that you can still hear me and see me okay. So I was going to go to bed before I did, don't yes. What does that mean, Heather? So don't and yes. So you can't or you can, hopefully. Thank you, Heather. So I was going to go to bed before I did this training at 2:30 in the morning, because most of the people are in America. So in the US, it's a very logical time. It's either 10 a.m. in the morning Eastern or 1 p.m. Pacific, or the other way around. But here in Australia, it's 2:30 in the morning. So I got to bed at 4 a.m. and I was up less than 2 hours later. So if I'm not exactly on point today, or I'm forgetting things, that's why. A little bit sleep deprived. But let's get back to why we're not mentioning the company products. One is that's really the main point, is that people are going to research the information and you don't want them to. You always want to lead the information that people see, and, that they don't. I've already mentioned it, you idiot. Now it's just come back to me. So the two things were people don't understand it. So I'd already mentioned it. Duh. Karen, save me. I'm forgetting everything I meant to say because I've had 2 hours sleep because I did that training this morning, and I'm forgetting everything I need to say. So jump in and help me out, Karen, because I know you'll know, the goods on this. Anyway, drop me some palm trees, Karen. It's awesome to see you on live. So the two main things is people don't understand it. So unless you're sort of the Nike and people go, oh, the sports brand, people don't resonate or understand most of the names of network marketing companies. So what can I think of off the top of my head? Like, Isagenix, Nerium, Unique, Melaleuca. Those names don't actually mean anything to somebody that's not already in the know. Does that make sense? So there's really no point to you mentioning what the name is because people just don't understand it. So that's number one. The number two is the Google aspect. If people don't understand it, then they're going to go to Google, and Google is not your best friend. So that's the reasons why you don't want to mention the name. So how do you bring up your, Karen? Yeah, Modere is another one. So Modere, what does Modere mean? Any sort of company name. There's millions of them, out there, but they often don't describe what it is in the name. So don't expect that people are going to understand what that is. So we want to dance around the edges, not mention the company name for the reasons that I've just given you, and actually talk about what the company, sort of the overall objective of it is. So we don't want to say what it is, like the product that I spoke about yesterday. We want to sort of talk about the benefits of what the product does. So let me give you some examples to bring this, I guess, to reality for you. So the first point is that you want to talk about your business, but you don't want to mention the name, yes. So how do you start this in conversation? You start this in conversation by you asking people what they're up to, what do they do, how's work, what's going on with, in your life. You working long out. Like, you ask somebody the questions and they will invariably turn that around and say to you, so what are you up to these days? So if you want people to ask you about your business, if you want people to know what you're up to, what you're doing, that kind of thing, and mention your business, make people aware of your business, you ask questions of people first. So in return, they ask what you're up to. Does that make sense? If that does, drop me some palm trees down below, because that's really critical. People don't know how to raise their business. So when you show some love and show some interest in what other people are doing, they will ask back. So that's how you can sort of bring it up. That's one thing. The other thing is that obviously you want to control, all the conversation around, the business. I've completely lost my train of thought again. I probably shouldn't go live when I've had 2 hours sleep. What do you think, guys? So let me get back on track. No, I'm back there. Interesting. Thoughts are going in my head and they're going out of my head. I'm not being a very good captain today, am I, guys? But you know what? This is real and this is authentic, and I do what I do to help people in the community. I did a training at 2:30 this morning because I want to. Because I want to impact other people and help them with the training. And I know they get value out of what I teach, but I don't have to. I chose to. And the fact that I'm showing up here for you live with only a couple of hours sleep and I'm losing my train of thought, it's just real, guys. I'm not perfect. It's been a big week. Anyway, moving on. You don't want to say what the company name is. You want to dance around the edges about what it is that you do. So let me get straight to some examples to really concrete this in. Thank you for your feedback. The kind words, Karen. I really appreciate that. Is you don't want to say, yeah, I work for a company. This is not the special training. So is it I don't know if I pronounced your name right the first time. Is it Virginie? Virgin? How do I pronounce that properly? I'm sorry if I didn't mention that. There's a special training in, what's the time, guys? 15 minutes in the group. This is my normal live time. Okay, so I've been going for 15 minutes. Just to make you aware of time, this is the time I go live. Vivi, much easier. Thank you. This is the normal time I go live 5 days a week. So I started like almost about 15 minutes ago. I've got special training in the free group. So you need to be in the group to get access to the training. The link is above. If you watch the replay to this, you'll know why I'm stumbling my words and I'm all over the place. I only had 2 hours sleep. Good reason for that, but I'm not in my normal form. So I hope I can bring the goods in this special training in 15 minutes time. So, okay, cool. So let's get back on topic so I can finish this. I want to give you some examples around this. So we're not mentioning the company name. We're asking people questions about what they do. So then hopefully in return, they're asking us what we do. So I wouldn't turn around and say, yeah, I do this and I do this and I'm a distributor for a network marketing company called blah. That's the last thing I would say. It doesn't have any meaning to anybody. They don't necessarily, if they're not familiar with network marketing, MLM or whatever, distributor screams network marketing, MLM. You don't want to do that. So I would say something like, I'll give you a couple of different ways that you can pitch this. So, I do this and I do this and, I work with a get it out, Helen. I work with a Go back to bed, Helen. Seriously. I say this word all the time and I can't get it out. Just laugh with me, please. Give me some palm trees that you're sympathizing with me and what's going on here. Oh, you have to laugh, otherwise you just cry. I think I'm a bit delirious, actually. I'm partnered with a nutraceutical. Ta-da! I'm partnered with a nutraceutical company and we help people with their health through plant-based products rather than, prescription-based products. Okay, so that's one avenue. So that's more intriguing than I'm a distributor for, a network marketing company called XYZ. That's not a good way to pitch your business. People don't understand it and they're going to Google the name, probably anyway. I need an espresso martini. Yes, that's what I need, Karen. Pity you're not around me that we could enjoy one together. So there's one example. I'm partnered with a nutraceutical company and we help people with their health through plant-based products rather than, prescription-based products. That's another, that's one way to say it. Another way, if you want to even simplify it, say I do this, and this, and I also help people with their health through plant-based products rather than, prescription-based type products. It could be something like, let's say you're using products around the house, household cleaning sort of products. So you might say what you do because you've probably got another job or something that you do maybe, or online things or a business that you get paid, you're an employee, you mention that, and then you go, and I also help people transition their products in their house from chemical-based products to, organic or natural based products because it's just better for their health. You see the difference on how you're pitching your business? You're not talking about what the business or what the business is or the name of the business. You're saying what the business does. Exact same concept of what I talked about yesterday regarding the products. You're not talking about the product. Nobody wants a thing. They want results. They want what the thing does. So same with mentioning your business, through word of mouth, through having a conversation, or even through social media. You're saying what the business does. You're not saying what the business is. And that's a far better way to position yourself with your company. Karen, we can all arrange that, yeah. So what we're saying is, I help people with, or, I help people lose weight through, fruit and vegetable based whatever, rather than sort of having to be a slave to the gym. So pitch it from that way in what the business does, make it intriguing, lead to something that would make somebody ask another question of you. So, okay, that sounds interesting. What do you mean? And then you can go into more information, but you're still not saying the company name. You're still creating the curiosity and intrigue. Then so you don't go from that to go, yeah, it's a company called XYZ. Keep it going. Keep the curiosity, intrigue going. So yeah, they're really unique products. They're all plant-based because, what I've learned over time is that, prescription-based drugs, they really play havoc with your gut health. And I've had some problems with digestion in my past, and I know a lot of that is to do with the prescription, and this is all true, guys, in how you would pitch something that's plant-based versus, prescription-based. Prescription-based drugs, they might help with the immediate issue, but the damage that those products do on your gut health, as a byproduct is really bad for our health. So I'm learning about natural health. It's important to me, and I've really loved my journey and what I've learned and the products that I'm using, that I just now share it with other people. So can you see how you're positioning what you do in your business rather than, I'm a distributor with, or whatever your company calls you, whatever the other names are, with the companies, and then you mention the company name. Totally different way of approaching telling people about your business. Is this valuable in any way to any of you, to give you sort of some of these examples about how you position your company without mentioning the company name, without mentioning the word like distributor, those kind of words? It doesn't mean anything to the average person. So think about the benefits of what your company does. If you're struggling with words like that, something you could do is go to your main company's website and dig deep into their mission statement or the objectives of their company. And there's probably some words there that are quite good, which represent what the company's sort of broader mission is. That's the kind of words that you want to be using when you explain your business. So how do you bring it up in conversation? Because a lot of people don't know how to do that. You ask the questions first. So what are you up to lately? How's work going? Those kind of things. And people naturally ask the question back. So what are you up to now? Oh, well, I'm still working at such and such, but I'm also partnered with a nutraceutical company. So I help people with their health with plant-based products rather than, chemical-based products, or pharmaceutical-based products, because they can sort of have havoc on your health, that kind of thing. Or, I discovered some products, household products that were really bad for me and my kids. So, I use all organic products around the house now. So I now help other people transition from chemically based products to sort of natural products around their home. So you're just flowing with the conversation. You're just mentioning the benefits of whatever the products and the company does that you're working with. But it's far more attractive for somebody to ask questions of you, what you're doing and what you're up to, and get curious about that depending on the way you deliver that message. Okay? Has this been valuable to you today? Please put the word value down below if you've got something out of that and those examples. So depending what company you're with, you'll pitch that message very differently, but just think about sort of the benefits of what the company provides. Once again, if you're lacking the wording yourself, go and dig around for a mission statement or some objectives from your company, and you may be able to pull some words from that to be able to verbalize that with people, either in person or, through messages, through Messenger and something like that, if somebody's asking what you're up to. So I'm going to leave it at that today, because I'm going to deliver this special training. Let's hope I get through this special training with my lack of sleep that's going on here. But I'm going to jump off here so I can jump into the free group. There is a link to the free group up above. So if you're not in my free group, get in there before... We've got just under 10 minutes, and I'm going to talk about all things attraction marketing. If you are watching the replay to this video, then the training may have even passed that I've done in the free group. But if you get yourself into the free group, you can just watch the replay, guys. No problem at all. It's very valuable information. So I hope to see you over there in just under 10 minutes time. See you guys. Bye.